Welcome back, everyone. Your loyal Captain Given 100 has returned yet again for another video. Jesus Christ, I keep messing up my intro. Yeah, has returned for another video for you guys yet again. Yep, that's what I meant to say. And we're back with Solo Leveling Deku Part 3. I know this is doing it really sudden, but I want to get this video done with because I want to take the rest of this week off because I got plans for the rest of this week, and I won't be able to make any videos. So, if I can, then I'll try to make a video for you guys. But until then, this is going to be the last one for like this Monday until like next Monday when I will come back in full swing and we'll start doing videos again. This is just like, my new schedule. I'm trying to do like videos every other day. And that way I can get back into the swing of things and get things back in motion. It's just a pretty much exhausting for me, but no excuses. I'm making a video now and we're doing it. So we're going to get to the end of the year and we're going to get Deku in Shiketsu High School because, he's been going through this year of training, but we're going to give him a few more things before he gets in there. Pause on that one. Wait, no pause, because that can be taken the right way. Well, whatever. Let's just get to it. Y'all ready? I'm ready. If my editor will let me do this, cue the intro. All right, everyone. Last time we were here, our main boy Deku was level 55. He had gained access to Omni Magic and Anti Magic, having his Devil Sword Kioth and the Angel Sword, which is really cool. Well, his Omni Magic Sword and his Anti Magic Sword. He will get access to Asta's other swords and weapons and other devil unions and stuff like that. But that's like much later in the series. But as for right now, we're going to continue on because, well, we need to cut to the end of this year of training really quickly. So Deku was just practicing with his magic. Nothing too special, honestly like that. He was just trying to level up, and let me tell you now. Okay, one quick thing. When Deku uses his magic, his Omni Magic will level up as a whole, not just that one specific spell. Leveling up specific spells would, oh my god, it's just going to be a nightmare. So anytime Deku uses his Omni Magic or Anti Magic, they will level up specifically. But since it's every magic in the, in existence, and Deku can make up his own magic because that includes creation magic, it's going to take a lot. It takes a lot of EXP to actually level up that skill. Same for anti-magic as well, because they're both relatively extremely powerful. So Deku's like at level 1 right now, but to get to level 2 will take a lot of training and a lot of experience in order to do stuff like that. But don't you worry, we're gonna get to more of that. And anyway, ever since Deku's training, he's been to his pocket dimension multiple times to train his trolls, ogres, goblins, and his cave spiders, because of his newest skill, recruit. He can recruit other enemies into his pocket dimensional world, his safe haven. That's what it's called. His skill safe haven. But anyway, other than stuff like that, Deku's been doing minor dungeons and everything, and he's been earning rewards as he's finally gotten access to the shop option. The shop option where you can buy items like clothing, other things like that. I don't know if I told you, but one piece of gold or treasure that Deku can find in a dungeon or anything, like if he were to sell something, 1 gold equals 100,000 yen. So Deku is pretty much loaded because the goblin stronghold that he was in had a ton of treasure in it. Deku's freaking rich. So I'm gonna tell you right now, how much treasure gold does Deku have in total? 100,000 yen for 1 piece. Deku has like 5 million gold. Sorry about that, y'all, but yeah, Deku has like 5 million gold. So he's 100,000 yen in 5 billion gold. Oh dang. Yeah, Deku's richer than Deku's rich as you know what I'm about to say. Rich AF, bro. Rich AF. And he's like only like what, 18, but 19 at this point. Oh yeah. Okay, anyway, continuing on. Deku's been traveling through small dimensions, none really worth mentioning. And it's about time for Deku to take a few things seriously, because it's time for him to earn his title and his job. Same thing that Sun Jin Woo went through. All right. So anyway, with this job title, all right. Anyway, I got it. So this time we're gonna bring Uzaki with him. So anyway, since Deku told Inko and Uzaki how his like what the dungeons do and how they work, I said that in the last part. Uzaki wanted to go with him on this particular one, and honestly, he was thinking, you know what? Why not? Why not bring her with? Hold on, I gotta get a Uzaki picture for you guys for a second. And if you guys don't remember Uzaki's quirk is Majin Android 21, so she has the same powers like that. So honestly, until Deku gets a strange gate key, this gate key is a purple one, and status gate key class question marks status question marks biography question marks location, and honestly the location is like abandoned, and it's all the way up in Hosu. It's quick foreshadowing on that part. So those two end up going to Hosu. They're not really scared of it because Deku and Uzaki are well, Deku is plenty strong enough to take on anybody, and Hosu. Uzaki is strong in her own right, but she's never seen anything like this, so might as well. And as they go to Hosu, they find like this abandoned building. Deku inserts the key into the space, and they both get sucked into the portal. Easy. Okay, now, what would be in this one? Don't you guys worry, because this one is filled with... Okay, this is going to be a very crazy thing that I'm about to do here, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. Why not? Augmented wolves. The same thing that Sung Jin Woo faced when he in that dungeon when he was leveling up on his own. So these are... screw it. These are red wolves with mechanical, steel jaws. At the lower with red wolves with steel mechanical lower jaws, and Deku told Uzaki what to do here. They have to kill the monsters here. But before they did, Deku had summoned his army because he used his skill recruit, and the ogres, goblins, ogres, goblins, trolls, and the cave spiders all appeared right by his side, well, behind him and his Uzaki. And with that being said, they all charged at the wolves ahead of them. Deku's army was actually cleaning house upon these wolves because, like Sung Jin Woo, every time Deku levels up, they level up. So it'll be like Deku gets full benefit, they get half benefit. So their EXP, like Deku's, is kind of cut in half. You know what? Nah, I don't want to nerf them like that. Deku gets EXP, they get the same amount of EXP. So leveling up is kind of easier for them, but it is a little bit rougher. So they're a lot stronger than they were last time. And beating down this wolf army is actually pretty easy. Deku is actually using his special ability recruit to actually on the wolves for the goblins and for the goblins and trolls to tame them. That way they can be a part of his army as well. And alert, recruit successfully god dang. Recruit successfully accomplished. You have acquired okay. I'm gonna just... You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna give it a random name. You have acquired Bad Nick Wolves. Bad Nick Wolves biography. Wolves that have been augmented for more combat situations. Have a steel / metal lower jaw for more biting power, and give the special effect bleed. Their teeth have been augmented to open deeper wounds and cannot be healed by normal means, causing the bleed effect. Player or enemy will rapidly lose blood in strength, allowing the wolf to easily overcome the foe. Dang. So Deku with this here was able to wow. Since he was able to recruit these wolves, this is going to be a lot easier. And because of this, the corpses that him and Uzaki had already done beforehand, and some of his army, he actually goes around collecting the bodies just to be able to sell them. Until Deku has gotten them alert. Player can craft ornate dagger. Ornate dagger? What the heck? Ornate dagger. Weapon status. Common. Yeah, weapon status. Common. Biography. Ornate dagger causes bleed effect. Bleed effect is sped up times by 25%. Enemy will rapidly bleed out if cut with this dagger. Losing strength and speed as time goes on. Enemy entering fatigue stage by 50%. So with this dagger here makes this things a lot easier. Now, with that being said, they get to move on to the boss, which is a snake-like boss. And hold on a sec, guys. I'm going to do like other secret missions as like later. So you guys, well, right after this. So this is going to be a lot crazier. So forgive me for doing this, you guys. But at this point, why not? It's going to be a special event. So they come up to the giant snake boss. I don't know its name, so I'm just going to call it Serpent Boss. So, the snake rushes at Deku and Uzaki with its mouth open. Deku unsummons his army because he doesn't want them like any unnecessary deaths on his side. So him and Uzaki try to take care of the monster. Uzaki, of the snake. The snake swings its tail at Uzaki, and in her transformed state. Oh, if you guys don't remember, let me just do this real quick. Let me show you. In case you guys don't remember, this is Majin Android 21. But because Uzaki's never been in a dungeon before and she's never really trained, she has to go all out. So she's in her, powered up, in her full Majin state, which is this right here. This is her full powered state. I know it don't look like much, but hey, she's actually is going all out, and it's doing something, but not very much. This giant serpent swings its tail at Uzaki and knocks her away while she's using, her Ki Blast and Energy Blast to try to take the monster down, which is doing some damage, but not a lot. Deku's not having, much great time on his. Deku's not having much luck on his time either. As he's rushing at the snake, its scales are like almost impossible to penetrate through. Deku's trying to use the ornate dagger, but it can't pierce through its hard scales. Oh man, this is ridiculous. So Deku tries to think of a way that he can counter this, because him and Uzaki are gonna end up dying if they don't do something quickly. Until that's when Deku got an idea. There's always a weak point on an enemy. As the head of the serpent tries to come back to eat Deku again, Deku jumps in the air, narrowly dodging the head, and then he grabs the ornate dagger, and with all of his might, plunges it directly into the eye of the snake. The giant serpent screams in pain as it pretty much thrashes about, and Deku accidentally gets thrown off. But that's fine, because that's one of its points down. Its sight, the eye. As now the eye of the serpent is bleeding heavily, because, like I said, it's one of the weak points, and thanks to Deku's dagger, because it threw Deku off, it managed to take the eye out completely. So it is bleeding a lot, but not as much as a natural wound should. This is gonna get rough. So Deku had thought of a different idea. After the snake had, basically lost its eye, that pretty much left an opening point for Deku. He told Uzaki, Hana, I need you to distract that giant snake. What are you gonna do? Because of my dagger, the snake now has a weak spot. I think I can drive my blade through its eye socket straight into its brain and killing it. As Deku brought out the Blades of Chaos. So give me a second. Deku brings out his Blades of Chaos. Uzaki nods at his plan as the power of the Blades of Chaos emanate. The small embers grow into a very tiny flame. Player has equipped Blades of Chaos. Stats have increased by 200%. So now, with this being said, Deku's rage flares up, and Uzaki does what she can by flying in the air and shooting down upon a serpent. And Deku rushes at the serpent with a lot more speed than he had before. Alert! Player has unlocked new skill, Sprint. Player can push beyond their limits and run faster than ever before. Sprint level 1. Oh man. Skill status common, and it's pretty self-explanatory. but there is a backlash to this. Player will feel fatigue. Player will start to feel will have increased fatigue. The longer sprint is used. So with that being said, Deku has to put on more speed anyway. Using the skill sprint immediately, the speed among this is even more of a burst, creating a mini boom to where he was before. So if I had to say, then okay. If you guys have watched the Island movie, when Deku and All Might pretty much shot off to stop Wolfram, it was pretty much that level. Deku pretty much has that level of speed right now. So shooting off as he ran at the serpent side-eyed Deku with its one good eye and tried to swing its tail. But since its aim was not, perfect because depth perception is all thrown off, Deku was able to jump in the air and run on the serpent's tail up its body. As the serpent got ready to attack once more, Uzaki had thrown something at the serpent, causing it to try to dodge, and it did dodge, but not before cutting its face up very badly. She threw a Destructo Disc, causing the serpent to have to dodge it, otherwise it would be killed, but leaving it wide open for what Deku was about to do. Grabbing the Blade of Chaos, and with more tenacity and more ferocious anger, Deku drove the Blade of Chaos through the eye that he already had taken out, directly into the serpent's brain. And not only that, Deku drove his whole arm into it, so basically forcing the brain out through the top of the snake's head. Mission successful. Defeated a serpent boss. You leveled up. 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 So with the serpent boss finally collapsing on the ground, Deku had basically laid on the ground with his back with it on his back, and he's feeling extremely fatigued right now. Mission successful. Defeated serpent boss. Hidden weapon unlocked. Do you accept? Y or N? Deku said yes, and a mystery box opened, revealing a dagger. It's Sung Jin Woo's poison, paralysis, dagger that he got from the serpent boss. That's why I'm giving this to him now. But not only that, Deku's job and title have finally been assigned to him. Title. Oh wait. Oh, this is gonna be cool. All right, here we go. Title: The One. Job. Oh wait. Sorry about that, guys. There was something I just saw and I had to deal with real quick. Okay. Anyway, title: The One. Job. Well, no job. Right. Well, no. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Title: The One. Job. Fuck it. God Slayer. Yeah, ooh, I like that. Title: The One. Job: God Slayer. Hey, honestly, that is a pretty fitting thing. As Deku now, because he had achieved the title God Slayer, he had received alert. Player will receive new benefits and items based on their job and title. Calculating. And error. System failure. System could not calculate title or could not appropriately calculate job or title. Randomizing benefits. What? Please stand by. Accumulating benefits. Please stand by. The system is having a system error because, well, this is a glitch in the system. This is not supposed to happen. And I know what you guys might think. Wait, isn't Deku supposed to be... Shh. That's the joy of it, everyone. This is my story. This is Gear 100's story. You don't know where this is going to go. Title: The One. Job: God Slayer. Alert. Player's job and title does not acclimate with the system. System error. Alert. Player has received a new item. Will you accept? Y or N? Accept. And then the system screen actually visibly cracked, like if you break a TV screen, it cracked just like that. Display error. Please stand by. As the crack in the system seems to have fixed itself, and finally, with it being done, Deku's gift had appeared in front of him now. A gold and white key with angel wings and a halo had, yeah, a gold and white key with angel wings and a halo on top of it had appeared. Player is required to go to a location alone. Calculating directions. Please stand by. As the dungeon had ended now. Hold on, well, since it ended, let me go back to this real quick. As all that just ended, and Deku had just told Uzaki what went down. As, do you really have to go alone? Looks like I do. Alert. Player has unlocked a new skill. Status recover. As the name alert. As biography. As the name suggests, recover is an ability that the player can use to heal themselves. Recover heals all status alignments. All status alignments, including stamina, fatigue, strength, and others, including blood loss, poison, paralysis, overexhaustion, overheating, and negative effects of potions. Great. Like, ooh, nice effects of potions and skills. Like, nice, recover. That's a good skill to have. A good skill to have on standby in case Deku really, really needs it. And you guys might be wondering, yeah, Deku does have a lot of mana for this, but his real big challenge is coming up soon. But because of the system error that he had for a second, things are going to change a whole lot for Deku from the story from the story you guys are expecting me to go with solo leveling. And why? You'll see. The next morning, Deku wakes up the next morning. Wait, no, not the next morning. Later that night. Later that night, Deku, after dropping off Uzaki back home, the key, in Deku's inventory, the key is starting to react. It's starting to glow, effectively forcing itself out of Deku's pocket, and pretty much, instantly teleporting him to an open valley. What the heck is going on? Deku being teleported in an open valley, not knowing where he is. He thinks he's in some type of dungeon, but he isn't. Deku can still feel everything. Deku looks around, and he sees like the nearby buildings and everything. No, he's still in Japan. He's just not like in his specific place, Mizudafu. He's just not in Mizudafu. He's like in a open valley out in the countryside. Why the heck would he be all the way out here? And there's a specific reason for that. You see, as the key pretty much reacts immediately, Deku sticks it into the, in front of him in the open air. But instead, the key instinctively shoots up in the air and tries to force Deku to come with. Deku, not being able to fly, lets go of the key as the key shoots into the dang sky, almost as if it's about to pierce the heavens. And, whew boy, that's exactly what it does. What? You'll see. As the key shoots into the sky, it unlocks, and it does like one of those crystalline unlocking things. As the clouds pretty much part, and Deku sees a golden light in the sky. And that's weird because it's like nighttime right now. And that's strange because 3 things fall from the sky, and Deku can see that it's 3 people falling from the sky right now. Oh no, what did that key do? As Deku pretty much rushes and he catches all 3 people. And these 3 people seem to be girls. Deku had caught and saved 3 girls. They're wearing really weird outfits, though. As they all open their eyes and see Deku, they immediately start reacting, like initiating bonding, as they fly up and they all surround Deku in like a 3-way circle. Pause on that one because that didn't sound right. They pretty much surround Deku in a circle, and they say, dang, I really forgot. I forgot what I was about to say. Initiating bonding sequence, as pretty much chained collars wrapped around their necks, as the chains connect all the way onto Deku's hand. And don't worry about the colors. It's like a golden chain. What the? And it wraps around Deku's hand, but it goes from his hand into Deku's chest, as Deku can see like a blue light within his chest, and yes, it's tied to his soul. So unlike what I'm about to do from the actual anime, Deku really can't stop this no matter how hard he tries. As now, Deku gets an alert on his system. Mission successful. Player will be teleported home in 3, 2, 1. Wait, what? Until Deku's right back in his room. Izuku, is that you? Yeah, Mom, it's me. I'm just in my room. Oh, okay. How did your date with Hana go? Great. We have plans. She made plans for me to meet her family pretty soon. Oh, okay. Tell me when. Let me know when that's going to happen. Sure thing, Mom. Crud. Okay, so while this was going on, Deku looks at the 3 girls that he just saved, as they call him. Okay, screw it, might as well do this. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ow. It's a pleasure to, all 3 of them say in unison as they bow their heads. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master. What? As now, these 3 girls, or should I say, these 3 angels. Yep, I'm going this route. Why? Because fuck you, I don't care. Oh man, Deku just says, what is going on here? As the pink-haired one would explain, you have summoned us, and you were the first thing we saw. Therefore, you are now our new master, meaning we must serve you as you please. Oh Lord, like, huh? We are your angel attendants, and do anything that you ask, and are capable of doing anything. As Deku just says, well, I don't even know who you 3 are. The one with the pink hair says, my name is Ikaros. The blonde-haired one would say, my name is Astria. The blue one, I'm Nymph. Yeah, Nymph. Not the bad way to say this stuff. As they pretty much say what they are. They are angels they are actual angels from heaven. Oh Lord. Like type, mythical class. And species Alpha. Wow, okay. Deku just says, so I have angel attendants now. And yes, and pretty much Astria is the one to explain. Since we have bonded to you, we have been bonded to your soul. Effectively, great. Oh, okay. Hold on. God dang. I'm sorry. It's hard to get the words out because I'm trying to make this sound a lot. I'm trying to make this sound a lot better. Okay. Effectively making it permanent that we shall attend you for all eternity. That you are our master, until the end of time. Oh no. And Deku just said, wait, that's why these chains are on my hand? As the blue one would say, yes. Our souls are tied to you. Well, specifically tied to your soul, Master. As now we are incapable of separating from you at all. So unlike the actual guy in the anime, Deku is unable to separate from them, like entirely. No matter what they do, he can't. This is a contract and it can't be broken under any circumstance. Crud. Like, are you displeased, Master? Can we do anything to help satisfy you? It's gonna sound bad. Deku just says, okay, for one, please stop calling me Master. My name is Izuku, so please just call me Izuku. Hi, Izuku. Okay. Oh, great. I was not counting on this. The system didn't warn me anything of this. As Deku just pulls up the system again and is working through. And as Deku's going through his system wondering what the heck is going on, the system had now accumulated for this. Like, alert. Player has acquired new teammates. Status, angels. Ikaros, Nymph, Astrea. Class, angels. Type, alpha, mythical. Oh man. Power, as it's all question marks. Okay. Oh, I got it. Ikaros, Angel type, warrior. Astria, angel type, screw it, assassin. Nymph, angel type, healer. There's a reason I'm doing this. I'm making it match with the anime, but I'm also spicing it up because of solo leveling. Ikaros is a warrior type, Astria the assassin type, and Nymph the healer. And Nymph is the healer type. Deku's putting together his own freaking guild and stuff like that. This stuff is awesome. Huh. And crazy enough, his angels can see this. And Ikaros can see. What warrior type? Is that so I must fight for Izuku. Affirmative. And Astria just looks on. So I'm an assassin. Nice. Nymph just says, I'm a healer. It has to be expected. So Deku pretty much asks, what can they do? And they pretty much say anything. Wait, anything? Anything that he desires. Holy. So Deku looks on like this, and now he doesn't know what to do. So he FaceTimes Hana, and once he says, I got a situation over here, she can teleport. So she pretty much teleports into his room to find the 3 angels right there. Yeah, she can see them. So she immediately questions, what the hell is going on here? As Izuku would try to explain, but Ikaros would explain for him. Like the whole story of how he found him and what it is. Like, Hana will look at him. Izuku? Look, Hana, I swear it's not what you think. This is so cool! What? You could have told me right away. Having angel attendants? That's awesome! Ooh, this could be just like one of those anime mangas, Having wait, Izuku, this is like having your own guild. You have a warrior that can help you fight, an assassin that's good at striking, and you got a healer. And then you got me, a total wild card. Putting together your own build. Deku was looking on confused. Wait, so do I have a harem now? Hana just says, ooh, that's even better. A harem with angels. You seem really, really okay with this, which is odd. Hana just says, my mom watches a lot of spicy animes and reads a lot of saucy mangas. So in all honesty, if I'm being honest here, this is kind of my dream. What the next? As now, Hana is pretty much questioning them for real. Like, so wait, can you guys really do anything? As they're unable to answer because they're not bonded to Uzaki. Okay. So can you guys really do anything? Yeah, like affirmative. Anything to please our master, to please Izuku. Oh, God. So Izuku would pretty much ask, how about money then? You want money? And then they would go on about, I don't know what's rich in Japanese terms, so I'm gonna just say a billion yen. And Deku just says, yes, with that amount, he can just pretty much buy whatever he wants. And instantly, they create a bank card with bank information and all that. And to the outside world, it's completely legalized. So Deku gets they pretty much hand Deku a black card. Oh, dang. Deku had never really set up his own bank account before. He never really found a need to do it yet, but oh, damn. Okay, then. And Uzaki just says, this is amazing. Yeah. I never really thought about this. Okay, I'm going to have to sleep on this. And Hana just says, yeah, talk tomorrow, Izuku, as she teleports out. So Deku just says, I don't know how you guys are going to be able to do this because my bed's not big enough. As they would say, oh, no worries. As with their powers, they would just make the bed 3 times its size. But Deku would be like, hold on, I don't think my room is big enough for this. As they wouldn't worry about that either, as they just expand the room. So the room looks like a freaking giant living room in the space of just one tiny place. So it doesn't look out of place in their apartment. Well, damn. So Deku just goes in and falls on his bed, and his bed is extremely comfy and soft. Man, this is comfy as fuck. I never really expected this. As now all 3 of them plop onto the bed with Deku. Nymph on his left, Astria on his right, and Ikaros laying on his chest. Whoa, what is going on here? This is what we do to please our master Izuku. Hold on, but I have a girlfriend. She seemed okay. She seemed okay with us. Does this not please you? I Deku was blushing, but oh, whatever. I'll have to focus on this tomorrow. I got more dungeons and stuff to go on, so this is going to be the least of my worries. As he now falls asleep. Okay, it's time for Deku to unlock, the skill. Because once he does that, I said once he does that. I'm not English. Gotta speak it. I need to speak it. All right. Anyway, so let me move off on this right now. As Deku would wake up the next day, he would find himself struggling with the system, as his mom would see the angels, and Deku would be having breakfast at the table, and his mom would be sitting there eating. The angels would be standing right behind him. Deku would explain what happened, what had happened last night, and his mom would be okay with this. The angels would pretty much tell her that they follow the will of their master Izuku. Man, this is kind of strange. But it still works like that. And Inko would ask pretty much what does he plan on doing? And is he really okay with this? Deku says he has no choice because they're bonded to his soul. That he can't really, break this type of contract and bonding no matter what he does. And they've explained that thoroughly. He's pretty much stuck with them, which he's not complaining about. And then Inko would ask what plans does he have now? Deku would say he's still going to improve more with the last few weeks of training that he has, but development is extremely slow. But, oh well, you got to work on it here anyway. Alright, so with that being said, as Inko goes and puts the plates away, Deku was, messing with his system, as he says out loud, man, I wish I had those two other skills. Master, are you requesting something? Deku just says, no, it's just that a while ago when I first got the system, well, actually, not when I first got it, but after my first mission with the system, it gave me the option of 3 power systems: Limit Breaker, Omni Magic, and Cursed Energy. I chose Omni Magic as, Deku pulls out his magic book and all, as, it's still level 1, because leveling this up is, like I said, is extremely slow. Because it doesn't just level up one spell, it levels up everything. So Deku has to use a lot of skills, if not almost all of them, just to level it up once. But Omni Magic is extremely powerful. So what is the problem? Deku says he wishes he had a Limit Breaker and Cursed Energy. That's the thing. A Limit Breaker because he would have had potentially endless strength, but strength could have only gotten him so far. And Cursed Energy just seemed like a lesser version of Omni Magic. He chose Omni Magic because of the hacks that it pretty much had given him. Affirmative. As the angels pretty much raise up their hands and lights the system with a golden light. As Deku's system went from blue, the HUD of the system went from dark blue and everything to a gold and white color. It's now changed to gold. The frame of it is golden. The HUD itself and the letters, the HUD is white and the frame and the letters are golden. Now it looks pretty amazing. Holy crap! So Deku now owns what looks like a freaking Greek, a god level of HUD. I'm just changing around everything, and I love it. As alert, player has acquired new skill, Limit Breaker. Alert, player has acquired new skill, Cursed Energy. What the? As if you guys don't remember what Limit Breaker or Cursed Energy is obviously from JJK, but Limit Breaker is from Saitama. So Deku no longer has a limiter. So now, just like Saitama, he has pretty much endless potential strength. Alert, player. Since player has acquired status limit breaker, player is no longer held back by EXP system. As player gets stronger. As the player gets stronger, the recruits of monsters, beasts, etc. shall get stronger as the player grows. So now the goblins and everything from before will now level up with Deku. Damn, I'm making him more broken off the bat. Damn, could my Deku beat Sung Jin Woo right now? Maybe. Sheesh. Alright, anyway. Stuff like this is gonna be hard. Oh yeah, because of that, Deku's skills are gonna level up a lot easier now because limit breaker and stuff. Status, curse energy. Curse energy's been explained, and since Deku's not limited to one thing, he can yeah, like I said, use whatever cursed energy, curse technique, and binding vows and domain expansion he wants, and he can even make up his own. Damn, I'm making him so broken off the bat, and I love it. I do not care. Like, alert! Player has received a special mission, as Deku gets a key, and well, now because of this, he has to go to a special dungeon. As okay, I'm required to go to a special dungeon. Like, we shall accompany you, Izuku. But before Deku is able to go out the door, Deku just says, "Is there a way for people to not notice you three? Because well, I don't want to make it seem like I have slaves because these chains would be looked at the wrong way." Affirmative. As now to others of the outside world, we shall be invisible to all except you, your mother, and your forever lover. others that don't know of our existence, we shall be invisible unless you tell us to be visible to others. Right. Well, until I get to this dungeon, let's just keep you all invisible for now. Hi, Master Izuku. Just Izuku, please. Hi, Izuku. As now they go to the newest dungeon here, and well, crud. I don't exactly know what's gonna. Oh wait, I got it now. All right, this is gonna be it when Deku gets Sung Jin Woo's main skill. This is going to be absolutely awesome. So Deku gets to this specific dungeon, and as the world opens, it looks like a castle. Whoa, a castle now. Now that's awesome. As Deku walks forward, and as he does, the castle doors come down, like in those old fantasy things. The castle doors open, and as Deku walks through the castle, a whole bunch of knights come out and they start to attack him as the angels enter their combat modes. So let's see that real quick. As now they enter combat mode as objective, defend Izuku. Like, all right, you three, let's kick some ass. Hi, Izuku. And now they just start going through and wrecking the shit out of these knights. And I mean, it's not even funny. Thanks to Deku's potential strength now, he's actually becoming into the Saitama levels of strength. As the knights hit him and they knock him away, Deku realizes that didn't really hurt, if any at all. He checks his status and he lost literally 0.1 health. But because of Nymph, she instantly fixed Deku because she saw that he lost health, and it instantly went back to 100% again. What the? Okay then. So Deku bringing out his blade key. Wait, no, screw it. He brings out the blade Keoth, and if you guys don't remember, it's this sword right here, blade Keoth, and Deku is slashing through all these knights very easily. And you know what? He brings out his other blade. He brings out his angel blade. Oh wait, is it? No, hold on. Yeah, here we go. And Deku's left hand is this angel blade right here. Also, Keoth can shapeshift. It can shapeshift it into a spear, a hammer, a scythe, whatever he wants. And in his right hand, he has Keoth because Deku's ambidextrous, so but it doesn't matter. I like the idea of using Keoth in his right hand more. So Deku is slashing through all of these knights here with ease, and because of his, Saitama constantly getting stronger, Deku is, he is leveling up a lot quicker on enemies that he wouldn't even normally level up on. So now, what level is he? Screwed. He's level 60. He's level 71 right now. And since we're coming up to that one enemy we're about to come up against, this is probably going to be a wash really easily. So Deku had slaughtered Deku, Ikaros, Astria, and Nymph had slaughtered so many knights, and finally coming up to a giant door, Deku opens up the main door, and finally he sees a giant red knight sitting in a throne. Okay. Dang. And with a giant sword in hand. Alert. Player has received a new mission to special dungeon. Defeat Igris the Blood Red. I think I said that right. I probably didn't, but at this point, who cares? Igris stands up, and Deku just says, "All right, you three, you ready? Hi, Izuku. Then let's go!" As they rush, Igris is ready to defend, but instantly Deku's right on him with Kioth with Kioth, and instantly when the two swords clash, Igris is unlike what Sung Jin Woo did, Igris is actually pushed back a bit, and Deku swung his other blade. You know what? I'm tired of hiding it. It's the Finn sword from Adventure Time. Deku swings Finn at Igris as well, and Igris has to use his long blade. Pause at that one to actually block both swords. But that's not all. Ikaros ends up throwing. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Ikaros. Sorry, she brings out her own sword, and she casts fireballs and shoots them right at Igris. And Deku backing off immediately. Igris tries to immediately swings his sword, knocking the fireballs back. But he didn't see coming Astria with her daggers, because I made her an assassin type of angel. So immediately rushing at Igris, slicing the back of his knees and his Achilles tendons, like causing him to get knocked off balance, causing Deku to rush right at Igris again and pivot like Kioth straight forward. Igris using his blade to block, but what he didn't realize was that Ikaros was coming behind with her sword, slashing at his head. As she did hit him, but because of his helmet, it did take a majority of the slash, but it still did get through. As Deku drove forward with Finn one more time, Igris tries to block it, but because of Deku's getting stronger and stronger as time's going on, he's leveling up more. He went from level 69 to 75 throughout this fight. And because of that, when Igris brought up his blade, Deku using Finn was able to actually shatter the blade and drive it right into the faceplate of Igris's mask, like the open slits, driving the blade straight through his head. Mission successful. You have defeated Igris the Blood Red. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to take care of something. Mission completed. Mission successful. You have completed the mission. Defeat Igris the Blood Red. You leveled up. 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 Deku's leveling up fast. Like, god dang. He went from level 75 to level freaking 82 just like that. Dang, how am I leveling up so quick? Oh, yeah. Quick thing, part of my solo leveling, there is no level cap. Deku will level up forever. Literally is no level cap. Just like in solo leveling, I don't know if there's a level cap for Sung Jin Woo, but for Deku, there is no level cap. He will level up forever. And alert! Player has acquired new skill. Recruit has evolved into Arise. Arise. Arise is deprived from necromancy. Player can raise the dead and have them act as his shadow army. Shadow army. Please choose a trigger word for necromancy. As Deku, well, you guys already know what we're. Hold on. There we go. All right, you guys already know what we're about to pick. Trigger word: Arise. Arise selected. Have a nice day. The shadow extraction can be used on this target. Shadow extraction can be used on this target. Shadow extraction can be used on this target. As Deku would walk over to Igris, as he would say, Arise. Shadow extraction has failed. Arise. Shadow extraction has failed. As Deku would walk up, Igris, I know you can hear me. You've been waiting for so long for a ruler in that throne, haven't you? You've been serving for a long time. I don't know what your old ruler used to be like, but please, serve a new one in me. Protect me. Serve under me. And I promise you, you will have great fights. You will achieve heights that you couldn't have with your old ruler. I know it may be impossible to believe, but believe me, in my world, nothing is impossible. So, I will only tell you one last time. Arise! And with that, Egress is shrouded in darkness. Yeah, in darkness as he reawakens again as Deku's shadow soldier. And you guys already know where we're gonna be going with this. But there was something I didn't mention about shadow extraction. And let me see if you guys can figure it out once. If you can't figure it out by the next part, I'll tell you. Now, Deku has Egress the Blood Red on his side. And there's no one that can stop him. Jesus Christ, that was weird. Okay. So now, like, alert. Shadow extraction can be used on these targets. The oh, right, the hundreds of knights he slaughtered. Well, I guess I'll need an army. And with my goblins and everyone on my side, I guess I can use some extra shadows. As Deku stepped forward, arise. As finally all the other knights, you know what? There was about 243. There was about, you know what? I'm gonna say there was 100 knights. Yeah, Egress commands 100 knights. Nice. As now finally, these recruits are here. Oh Lord! And because of this, and as Deku is leaving the dungeon, Deku looks back at the castle that he just left, like, honestly, that could have been used really well back in my safe haven. Oh well. As he turns around, the angels immediately go to work as they subjugate this world. Alert. Shifting dimensions. Player has used recruit along with this world. Transporting. What? As instantly, out in the open land, the goblins and everything, well, Deku's like open world and shit like that, have instantly shifted to this world. So now Deku has domain over this over this over this special dungeon, and that castle is where he resides in. Oh dear. So yeah, Deku has 100. Well, in this domain, Deku has like pretty much endless amounts of knights and goblins that he has access to, because this is his world. But since he specifically arose 100 shadow soldiers, including Egress, he can only use those like in battle. But in this domain, there's like an unlimited number at his service, so it doesn't really matter. Damn. Okay. So with that being said, this is gonna be fun here, as now Deku's stuff is being moved into this pocket dimension here. Deku can pretty much stay here in this world if he wanted to. Time can pass by normally if he chose to move out and stuff like that. Sadly, Deku is now like experimenting with Egress, as he says, "Egress, can you speak?" As Egress would shake his head. Okay, I guess not now. I guess can you potentially learn to speak? As Egress would nod his head, and the angels would ask, "Would you like for us to make? Would you like for us to give him the ability to speak?" Yes, that would actually be very helpful. Hi, Izuku. As the angels would give Egress the ability to speak, as Egress would now bow, like, "My lord, it is amazing that I get to serve someone as powerful as you. I will do my utmost best to protect you and fight alongside you with my knights whenever you call upon me, my lord." Well, you know what? You know what? Yeah, why not? Why not, my lord? They use my liege in as Sung Jinwoo, but for Deku, I'm gonna say my lord because I don't know. It pretty much means the same thing. I don't really care enough for that, my lord. As Deku would say, "I know you will, but as of right now, Egress, sharpen up your skills. I'm going to use you and your knights for a lot more future dungeon raids, and we're going to acquire a lot more a lot more allies." Affirmative, my lord. As Egress turns around and he pretty much signals to his other knights without even talking that they're going to go through some training. This is neat. Alright, but anyway, the year of training is finally over, and it's time to go to Shiketsu's entrance exam. Let's just finish this off with that. Alright guys, we're here. Year of training is finally up. Deku is extremely powerful. Oh boy, Deku's not gonna use all his skills here. He wants to keep his cards close to himself. But he told his angels to pretty much be invisible though, because for this he'll have to take this on alone. As they obey, but they're still gonna be by his side. Also, that chain can extend like infinitely if Deku needs it, but it's fine though. All right, so with this being said, Deku is ready for this. As Deku registered his quirk as well, I don't really know what to call it. Well, screw it. Deku just calls his he doesn't even know what to call this quirk. He calls this quirk magic. Yeah, magic, because that's pretty much the only thing he can visibly show. Well, also his cursed energy, which he's slowly learning and adapting to, but it's taken a bit. So he's gonna be using his Omni magic for this one. You guys don't even want to hear about the written test because it's boring, but I mean the combat test is pretty straightforward too. Deku with the robots just easily slice through them and just without much effort. So yeesh. Deku passes through this relatively easy. And no, there is no 0-pointer because Shiketsu doesn't have, funding like UA does. Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, Hana was there as well, so it's not that bad. But next time I'll show you Deku's full classmates. Oh yeah, and just to show you that Deku's not limited to solo leveling stuff, he gets a new alert. And let me show you guys what he's going to be going up against in the next part, because I'll leave you guys on foreshadowing for this one. Alert, player has received new dungeon key. As this one is filled with question marks as well, Deku wonders where this one will take him. And Deku can see the boss from far away, as, oh boy, this is going to be a nightmare. And what does the boss look like? Well, it's simple. Deku sees, this boss up ahead, and down below there's a few monsters that he has to deal with. But we're going to save that for part 4 whenever you guys want to see it, because I hope you guys have enjoyed. But anyway, I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. This will be Deku's next shadow if you guys want to stick around to see that. But anyway, I'm done for right now. Y'all know what to do. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn those bell post notifications on whenever you guys are notified. That way you guys are notified whenever I make a new video. Until then, like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace, guys.